Before we do that, we just wanted to point out the fact that Michael Avenatti, you may have heard, was convicted last week of extortion, extorting Nike or attempting to extort Nike with what you call a quid pro quo. In other words, either you hire me and pay me $20 million, or else I'm going to hold a press conference and it's going to destroy your stock price. And that's really the sum total of what happened. Who's convicted in the Southern District of New York, up in Manhattan, in federal court. He is possibly going to be sentenced to as much as 42 years in prison. Now, they probably won't go for the maximum with him, but maybe they will. I mean, you know, what are going to be the mitigating factors? In other words, what are the reasons that he shouldn't get the maximum? And you start looking at a guy like Avenatti. Excuse me, I had some cinnamon tea in here, and it's got a little cinnamon in the back of my throat there. But you start looking at a guy.
About that.
Yeah. Well, I stirred it up just a second ago, and I chugged some of the cinnamon, and whoo! You start looking at a guy like Avenatti, though, and you got to wonder what are the mitigating factors in the sentencing. Okay. And, of course, he'll be sentenced in mid-June on this particular case. And there are also cases pending out in California, charges of fraud and tax crimes, which, you know, we don't have time to go through with you right here today. But, you know, he's certainly looking at more than likely being convicted on that. And I heard today on Beyond the Law you guys were talking, and, you know, actually the California Bar is investigating him and probably most likely going to take away his law license based on this conviction. They were already pretty far along in their investigation, actually. In fact, he was at a hearing for his bar license when they came in and arrested him recently when they decided to revoke his bail. So, that can't impress the bar examiners very much when the federal agents, the FBI, come in at your bar hearing and arrest you on the spot. So, now remember, this is a guy who was going to be a Democrat presidential candidate, and he had even declared for a while and was the hope of some people, including Ana Navarro, who said he was like the Holy Spirit, if you remember that quote. Thank you for listening to the Morgan Streetman Show. We hope you enjoyed what you heard, and if you did, please click like and subscribe to help us out. And remember that we recommend that you exercise your brain at least once a week.